My name is Dustin Betts. I'm the Community and Content Manager at the Founder Institute, and I'm here with Genau Lopes Jr. He's the founder and CEO of Ubi. They are an AI-powered personalized merchandising marketplace that connects communities of content creators with their fans, and where anybody can run a personal merch store without holding their own inventory, and where everybody gets rewarded for success. We'll talk a little bit more about his very interesting current startup in just a second. Prior to founding Ubi, Genau previously worked in web development, as well as founded a printed paper product custom merchandise company in Brazil called Jukes. Genau Lopes Jr., thank you for joining us.
Thank you. I'm glad to join to this conversation. I'm ready to talk and share everything about Ubi.
Great. Yeah. So, I mean, before we really dive into Ubi, can you tell us a little bit more about yourself or your own background? And maybe specifically, I mean, I mentioned Jukes, but what were the professional or personal experiences that led you to founding Ubi?
So I'm graduated in business college. I used to work in my previous years as a developer. I always was a self-learned person, learning a lot about computing, about science, computing science. And I decided to graduate a business, and then I made a post-graduation in business and computer science, and started to venture in my first company, which was Jukes, which was a company that could personalize using technology to personalize different kinds of products. So after that, I started to realize that then I finished and I made an exit from my previous company in 2016. And in 2017, I started with this new idea, with this new project, which made me more happy in my life to help the other people to succeed selling their stuff. So I will tell a story how we come up with this idea. I was watching on a YouTube video with my co-founder, and they was a YouTuber with about 1 million followers. He was trying to sell his own merch, his own t-shirt online. And he said, "Hey guys, please, here's my t-shirt. I designed by myself. Sorry for the bad design, but I would like to sell. And if you want to buy it, please go to the description and send an email, because I can create a storefront to sell this. It's too much complicated." So I started to realize why it's complicated. There's a lot of companies that you can create a store and start to sell your stuff. And then the story started to make sense. We started to research about the needs and about how hard it is to influencers and celebrities in the first scenario create a storefront, because usually they don't have skills to create artworks, they don't have skills to manage the whole process, creating the design, producing, delivering, the whole fulfillment process, and the post-sale process also, which is important. But and then I decided to sell my whole stuff. I actually, I'm from Brazil. Just to remember, I decided to sell my whole stuff and move to San Francisco to join to Founder Institute acceleration program in 2018. So that's how the story has begun.
Nice. Yeah. So you definitely touched on this now, and I've read this before. So Ubi lets content creators and celebrities sell merchandise using fan art. It's crowdsourced from their fans or from designers. And I think you also have a sort of AI that can curate that. But is there anything that I'm missing out here? Like, how do you kind of pitch Ubi when you? Yeah.
It's interesting because there's one thing that is happening in the market, which is an engagement of the celebrities and people are decreasing a lot. And one of the reasons that people are selling less online is because the lack of artworks that people used to insert on their merchandise, the quality of their artwork, but more than this, the engagement of their fan base when they see the products that they are selling. They need to connect with this merchandise. They need to be connected with this mission and the vision that the influencer or the celebrity or wherever wants to transmit to their audience. That's the first thing that we started to realize that was a gap between people that would like to sell their own stuff, their own products, their own merch, and their audience. So we created a platform where people can create use their social profile, could be Instagram, YouTube, Google, wherever, connect with our platform. And once they connect with our platform, by machine learning, we start to read all the content that this person has online, read the audience demographics, information that they have, and then suggest relevant products based on their content and based on their audience. And with that, in our systems, we automatically generate the store, getting ready today, start to receive contributions by fans and designers and followers. So we use this data now to not just to suggest products that they should buy. And I just would like to mention that our products such as caps, hoodies, t-shirts, sweatshirts, all custom products that the user could buy, but also getting different kinds of products where people can build and create and make this product more knowledgeable on huge audiences storefronts. So with that, we could start to see that there's more people sending designs, there are more people contributing with artworks to those celebrities and influencers, and creating a real bond of connection between the fan and between the celebrity or influencer. So with this data that we are collecting, we are getting this information and creating a huge database where we're going to be able to measure if the influencer or if the celebrity or wherever will be able to sell other kind of products, be able to bring more audiences based on brand needs or based on any campaign which a brand would like to use this influencer. So it's a real proof that this celebrity or influencer has the powerful to sell more because he's totally connected with their audience, and we have data to prove that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I really love this idea of crowdsourcing the fan art directly from audiences or fans. And but I mean, so are the creators or the contributors of fan art, are they also rewarded monetarily, like when somebody buys from the store using a piece of art that they submitted to the store? Is that how it works, or am I missing something there?
That's it. If we gonna build something, I believe that the first thing we need to have a mean to make this work, and the meaning is not just pay for fans or designers create those artworks and submit to those influencer stores or to those idols or companies, but also make them work together. So, and the way to work together and make this machine work, this money machine work, is paying for commission every time that any kind of product is sold on the storefront from the celebrity. So it works like this. I'm your fan from Founder Institute, for instance. Founder Institute has because I consider that startup companies and other companies also influence people. So I go to Dustin store. So Dustin, you have a store. I like your content. I like your product. So I would like to contribute with my fan art. So I send my art, and I decide how much I will charge from this art once this product will be sold on the platform. So we fill all products with your artwork, send to you, to the influencer store. So he has an app such as a Tinder app. So he can swipe to left if he liked the artwork, or swipe to right if he didn't like the artwork. So once he liked this artwork, he's instantly connected with this fan. Also, the artworks is available on the platform in all products, and every time that somebody buy it, we're gonna split the payout to everyone.
I love that. So, I mean, let me just ask you, if you can, kind of in one phrase, maybe, I mean, I would kind of define Ubi then as like a two-sided marketplace for influencer marketing and merchandising. I mean, does that sound like a fair description to you? I don't know. I really, yeah, I guess how would you define your industry? Is it influencer marketing? Is it a marketplace? Is it a no inventory storefront? I mean, I definitely understand everything you just said, but it's like, how do you define that industry, I guess? And maybe where do you see, however you define it, whether it's influencer marketing, I guess where I want to go with this is, where do you see the industry moving next, kind of?
That's an interesting question, because when we started, we could see influencers coming. I can tell you later how we brought those influencers, which was a challenge also. But what I can see is UB, it's a platform that makes people create their merchandise store and using crowdsourced designs. And we started with the influencer market because we can see a need for this market. We can see people and this specifically vertical with bad conversion rates on their stores. I could see a lot of influencers closing their stores because they couldn't make this funnier and keep selling every day with new people, with people that buy 1, 2, 3, 4 times because they like it and they are connected. So I used to say that Ubit's a platform that sells merchandise with crowdsourced designs. And when we say this, we are saying that we are creating a new way to connect people that believe in it at the same time. And at the same time, we pay for it.
Awesome. Okay, so what are some of the biggest challenges that you have faced as a founder within this crowdsourced influencer merchandising space?
When I was in a Founder Institute program, some mentor said to me, how will you go with an influencer? How are you gonna reach one famous YouTuber to say, hey, go to the platform and buy and sell your merch using Ubi? And I started to figure out, well, that would be challenging. And I started to go, and my biggest challenge was reach the MCN companies, which are the talent agencies that holds the whole career of influencers and celebrities in the first time. So we reached them, and we decided the first 2 companies that I reached them. One of those, which is Viral Nation, they are our partners now, and the top 1 talent agency in the world. They said, okay, we like this idea, but we would like to validate that. And they sent me 2 influencers. One influencer with 200,000 followers, and another one with 100,000 followers. And in the first, he used to have a storefront also. He said that he was tired and sick with merchandise because he couldn't take care. So I said, don't worry, we're gonna take care of everything. No, your fans are gonna take care of everything. And I say, okay, I accepted the challenge, and we started with the store, which is Storm Ryan store. And the first day, the first week, he received 900 artworks. So from different fans, 900 artworks. And we used to see his profile, his accepting and rejecting some stuff. He accepted about 20 designs, and in the first week he sold about $10,000. So it was amazing because we could see that fans, when they feel connected with what the people are telling, doesn't matter if it's a t-shirt, doesn't matter if it's a cap, doesn't matter if it's any kind of product, they want to participate, they want to join to this effort. And that's why I think that UB, it's more than a merchandise marketplace. It's a community where people can create their profiles and share with their people that they believe in them. So that's the way that I think that so answering your question, the biggest challenge is reach the first the early adopters, the first users, big users that would draw more users to join also to UB.
Yeah, I mean, I love that case study, I guess, early customer case study for a lot of different reasons. I mean, just the fact that basically first, like, you solved a real problem for this influencer, right? Like, they had tried to have a merchandise store before, but they really just, they weren't up to managing that aspect of it. And they had this whole existing audience already. And just by plugging into your platform, they were able to, leverage all of that, like, I guess, intellectual capacity that their fans have, and they want to contribute. And it really is like a community kind of process to be able to elevate the work of the fan art, basically, and also solve I'm sure it's great, the influencers love it even more, right? Like, it's a real sales channel for them to be able to monetize their audience. So I love that case study story. That's really awesome. Oh, as well as like how you went about reaching out to it. I think that's really interesting too, right? Because you guys are very much like a consumer facing company, I would say, but in this case, to kind of get those first really high value influencers, you went through a talent agency. And so I think that's a really interesting channel for maybe founders who are thinking about a similar kind of like marketplace solution, but they just know that it's really hard to like get their foot in the door, to think about, well, even if we're really consumer facing, there might be a channel like a talent agency or something that you went through. I think that's a really, really interesting story. You've obviously worked really, really hard to build this company to where it is today, and hopefully, it's got a long ways to go and keep growing. But I mean, what of all the things that you've accomplished so far, I mean, what are you most proud of related to UB that you guys have built?
So I think that's something very interesting happening right now with UB. There's people coming. I will tell you a story. We actually now I went to Brazil to launch UB here in Brazil also. So Viral Nation, which is our company, they are based in Toronto, but they are the worldwide talent agency. But they said, Genau, I love your concept. I would like to. We are going to the Brazilian market, with influencer Brazilian market, and we would love to have UB using the influencers using the platform there. So we went here and we started with one influencer, the first influencers from Brazil. We are still controlling the onboarding as we can, but we are still controlling. We are in the process of growth, so we are the whole thing about lean startup and stuff. But she is one influencer with 1 million followers, and in the first day until the second week, we brought more 900 stores to the platform because this influencer. The viral coefficient that we are building, it's interesting because they're not just influencers that are coming to the platform, but people that believe that the problem that we are resolving also resolve their problems, or even make them feel better to sell their merch to their family, to their cohorts, or other people. So that was the interesting thing that's happening right now. We are facing people coming to the platform, creating their stores. They are not just influencers. They are connected with their main influencers, buying from their influencers, but creating their own stores as well. And the second wave that is coming now is startup companies, influencer startup companies also are asking to join into UB to create their swags merchandise platform, to make their team inside their companies contribute with designs, because they also need. So it's interesting. They're using the same machine. They are using the same platform. They're using the same journey, and they're feeling good to create their merchandise, influencing their team members, and also using that to engage them with their brand, with their culture. So, which is interesting also.
Yeah, I also love the word. I'm pretty sure you use the phrase viral coefficient. Yeah, that's so like a measure of like the pace of virality. That's a great word for yeah, anybody who's dealing with these kinds of, I guess, viral anything. The viral coefficient. It reminds me of like being back in college. So, yeah, good mathematical term.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, no. What were you gonna say something about that?
Yeah. I would say that it's interesting, and at the same time, it's a challenge when you bring one influencer with 1 million followers and see that there's more 800, almost 900 new stores coming. How you can come up with that? How you can organize everything that you're building, and at the same time keep the focus on what you are doing, with what problem you want to solve, because there's a lot of distractions between those things. So it's a challenging moment, and interesting to see that this viral coefficient. I've been reading a lot about this also, and can see that sometimes this can be harmful if you don't organize how you can grow and how you can bring those people to your business.
Yeah, that's a good insight about, yeah, just like keep maintaining focus is so key. And it leads really well actually into the next question I wanted to ask you, which you feel free to give a totally different answer. I mean, basically, what advice would you offer early stage or aspiring entrepreneurs? Assume they've never started a company before, somebody just getting started. What is your token advice for somebody just getting started?
My first advice is have good lawyers. So and the second one is never say that you can't do one thing. Believe I passed a lot of stuff in my previous startup company, and also if you think that it's possible, it will be. And so keep believing and keep doing. Don't say that you can do, because it's a bullshit.
Awesome. I love the positivity. Very good message. So I guess one thing candidly let everybody know, Founder Institute, we eventually are going to have a UB storefront. We're excited about it. It's going to coincide with our 10-year anniversary. So we're 10 this year. We're kind of shopping around in the press about some stuff related to our 10-year, but yeah, for anybody listening, by the time you hear this, perhaps we will have the store live. It will eventually be linked in the blog profile piece that accompanies this interview. But besides that, knowing, Founder Institute, we're working with UB to help launch our own storefront. Where is UB headed next? Do you have any news to share with the FI community, or any specific asks or anything like that?
Yeah, interesting, because the idea to come with a Founder Institute profile came from Adele when I was on a program, an acceleration program. He started to browse some merch sites, and I could see he said, "Hey, this design is so cool, so cool." And then I said to him, "Hey, Adele, why not to connect all founders to make design to Founder Institute and spread out all swags around the world? I know that Founder Institute already did merchandise before, and it was hard to maintain, hard to keep it. So it's a perfect timing to do this." And one of our members of cohort created one design about a design about Founder Institute, which is a special assignment hoodie, and I could see a lot of people say, "I need to do this, I need to get this." And I said, "Hey, go to online, send your design also. Maybe Founder Institute will accept this and put this to the world, buy it." Just to clarify, we have manufacturers around the world, so worldwide presence, local producers, certified local producer, high quality. And this is important also because once somebody will buy it, he wants to use something good and also close up their home, so it will be faster to receive also. And the point about the Founder Institute, I feel so happy and so glad to make UB on Founder Institute also, because we're gonna see more people wearing Founder swags, transmitting the message, and maybe sending their own message to other people through Founder Institute. So it's exciting times.
Yeah, we're excited about it too. I actually got one of the samples that you sent over to our office, so I have a new Founder Institute T-shirt courtesy of UB. And I don't have an official timeline, unfortunately, for when the store will be live, but I know it's going to be happening here. We've been dragging our feet a little bit, like I said, to go along with our other 10-year anniversary things, but we're very excited to have the store live. And when it is, yeah, we would love to see different designs come in from all of our fans. So yeah, that's gonna be awesome. I want to say, yeah, thank you again, Genau Lopes Jr. for joining us. And they can check out UB at ub.me, and you spell UB YOOBE.me. Genau, thank you again.
Thank you. I'm glad to join to this conversation. Thank you.